About a month ago, I started cold outreaching, sending over 100 DMs a day for 30 days, but still wasn't able to sign a client. That might be because I'm a beginner, but luckily for me, now I only send 15 DMs a day and practically have clients begging to hear from me. I stumbled onto cold pitching, the right way at least, and I'm going to be sharing everything I know and how I use it to actually get more interaction and more response rates from my clients. In my eyes, cold pitching and cold outreach are completely different things. Why? Because there are people that do cold outreach, which basically means scraping a script, a basic generic script, and shooting it over to 1,000 people every 2 hours or every 1 week or something like that. But they just make a template or something like that and be sending it to different people in a random manner, as to say. And what happens on the cold outreach is there's no personalization. You don't actually tailor to each company and stuff like that. You don't personalize it, and if done the wrong way, it can really be a lot of effort for nothing. And that's when I figured out cold pitching, which is basically tailoring to each and everyone who actually responds or are actually engaged, and you provide them value up front. That means they actually get a chance to see your work and open a door for conversation because you're providing them value and no one wants to get their time wasted. The perfect thing about cold pitching is that it actually is an instant boost for report, because people actually tend to not go ahead and invest in someone because they might not think they're human, or like in this AI time space we're in, you never know who's the guy behind the account. So what happened? I know you noticed that I switched my AirPods. If you did notice that before, I see you're not paying attention. What's the next best thing is that it brings you more client feedback. More people actually tend to come back to you just to give their 2 cents. If they like it, if they don't, they can do both. They can say, bro, I like this. It actually vibes with what I'm getting and something like that. Or they might not like it. They might be like, I'm not looking for this now, but I'm actually looking for this. Do you know something? But it opens a space for conversation, which having feedback is the best thing to signing a client. Now, I think that maybe most of y'all are getting out of the rhythm or getting mixed ideas about cold outreaching in general because you're not getting replies. And I usually receive these comments, and what I say is, if you tend to outreach the right way, I guarantee you that will be a thing of the past. Like, you have people actually begging to talk with you. Like, day in, day out, you'll be able to actually receive feedback and be like, oh, yo, can you do this? Can you do that? And it sums up, it compounds into something big. And through that, you'll be able to open your eyes and actually see that cold pitching is a cheat code in every single aspect. It doesn't matter which niche you're in. You just have the cheat code to actually be in front of people that are spazzing and just sending out cold outreach like nothing. Independently of the niche you're based in, I know that you actually having a base and knowing what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong will help you exponentially in knowing why your outreach isn't working, because it's basic knowledge. And I didn't know that like 30 days ago, 40 days ago. And this is exactly what I was doing wrong. I wasn't focusing on a pain point. I wasn't actually tailoring to someone who was in need of my services, or was in need. He might be needing my services, but I wasn't packaging it in the right way. So just feel the burn that I felt, because I was sending 100 DMs for 7 days, and this is roughly 700 DMs. Like, imagine the power and effort that's going into that, While when I changed it to cold pitching and actually knowing the customer and knowing the business and stuff like that, I was able to lower my number of DMs to 15. I don't know why I'm doing it like this, because I really feel like you can see it's right there in the corner. But you can actually know that it was 15 times 7. That's 105 DMs. So I do 1/6 of the work or 1/7 of the work and still get more replies. So now I'm really in it with not having you guys just have a script. I really feel like if you learn and understand the how to and the basics, you really will be able to exponentially increase the amount of outreach that's hitting their actual primary messages and not their message request where we don't want to be, because you can easily get dried out if you don't have the know-how or if you don't have that thing figured out. And this is what I consider to be the thing for me and what has been working for me constantly. And it starts with making Loom videos. It starts by you giving them value, like you sitting there behind the camera and making a screen recording of what you're teaching or what you do or how you saw their website and you saw it like this, and actually provide them value. I know you're not getting paid for that, but it's killing two stones with one bird. Oh, that would be a crazy graphic. I think it's killing one bird with two stones. Oh Jesus, you know what it means. Show your face and provide them value just brings you that impulse and makes them be more shy. Even shy business owners might be in front of the camera and then be like being like, oh man, this guy wants to video call me, I don't even know which language he speaks, he's just typing. What if he's using like Google Translate or something like that? So if you're in front of the camera just exposing your knowledge and seeing that you have a sense of humor, a sense of self and what you saw from the page, because doing your investigation and actually finding a problem, it actually brings you more close to them. It actually makes you feel like someone who knows what they're talking about and what they're doing, and they're actually helping the person, you know. And I wouldn't say this as being the only thing. I might have more things to come, but implementing these three drastically changed the rates and in which I got my feedback and my response. Easily implementing this is actually a gateway to being able to transition into having a conversation fluidly. But taking note of this, I imagine one question popping in your head, like, how do I take them from here or sending that DM to actually having a conversation with them on Zoom or on another platform or something like that, you know? And implementing a Loom video and implementing this report that you're building is an easy gateway to actually turn the cold outreach into actual conversations. So this is the four things I actually take in mind when I'm actually resorting to cold pitching a business or an individual. Firstly, I try to make the first message be seen. Since I basically always or most of the times DM or cold outreach on Instagram, I make it so the first message is something they have to respond to me, you know? Like since I do web design and I do videos and I do like SMMA in general, I'm a business coach in Instagram, you know? So when they see my profile, that's what they see. So I go with something about along the lines of, hello, hope you're doing well. I would like to check something on your Facebook or here. Can you please do this for me? You know, that's how it ends, with a question. And that makes me actually, if I get a response, that's when I skim through it and see who doesn't respond. We don't really want to be following up because we will get blocked. And one thing I'm afraid of happening that I feel like might have happened, because one client actually hinted that to me. I'll try to put the screenshot somewhere around here. And they said I was in the hidden message requests, and I practically pooped myself a little bit. I really did. We don't want to be in the hidden requests because it will make you look like spam. Even if you're providing content or if you're providing the video, it will provide you as spam. So since you already got seen and the person got back to you and answered your question, we go to the second step, that's actually producing something or telling them firstly, like, bro, I did this and that, and I feel like this will help you with this and that. I won't go to the specifics here, or else the video will be too big. But that's what you want to focus it on. And number three, we will be hinting like, bro, there's this that I also want to go. Oh, that's basically what I did now, I think. But I didn't mean to push it too long. I want you to do like hint in having more content for them, like knowing that there's more value, because there actually is, not because there actually is, but you don't want to prolong it too much, because or else it will be like a very prolonged video, and I don't want you to be just sitting, just listening to me. The shorter the video, the faster you guys can implement this. And then in the end, just summarize it all and just have a call to action. The call to action will be like setting up a meeting, like being able to transition to another platform, which is easier, because I don't really do emails. I prefer having them on WhatsApp or Instagram or something like that. That's more convenient, and it actually improves the rates which you get responses, because they'll see that this guy is actually doing something in advance. He's actually able to express and help us in this way. He's showing us how to do this and that. What more can he do? That links you up to a direct time for a call, or like them opening a lot or a slot to hear you. It opens up doors for opportunities at the end of the day. And basically, using this method, I found success in multiple social media, and it basically sums up to social media and email. I used Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and my Twitter actually doesn't have those many followers. My ex, I mean, these are the social media that I have tested, or these are the platforms I have tested, and you can test it as well. Like using this cold pitching way, you can try it on Instagram. If you prefer Twitter, you can. If you prefer Facebook, if you prefer it by email, you can. The basic thing is starting with a small number, like not a big one, but not a small one as well, just so you can figure out what actually tends to work, what actually is doing good, what actually gets replies. What I expect you to do is start with a basic, not a big number, but not a small one as well. Something healthy along the 40, 30, 25 DMs, just so you know what's working and what's not. And from there, you can either scale when it is working, when you know what's the format and what's the formula that works. You can then start DMing like 50 people, 60, 100, 1000. And while using the winning formula, it will depend on your service and how you can scale it. But that's a topic for another day. And being able to basically know, I send 15 DMs because I'm a one-man band for now. I want to do enough just so I'm working, but I am not overworked. I get those DMs, I do my pages and all that, but I don't do it in such an extent that it exceeds my capabilities. So that's why I'm good with 15 DMs, but you can do your number. Just be sure to scale down to one specific formula, because that will be the secret for you to closing your first client in 1 month.